so we have a problem. Well, I knew this was gonna happen. I was just kind of hoping that we were gonna fix it temporarily until we get the new one. But as you can see, it did snap on me. I just didn't notice it, or I didn't realize it until I turned the wheel. I'm like, why isn't this wheel turning? It was just that wheel turning. I started it up. I was trying to move it out the way because like I was some stuff coming out of the garage, and I realized that wheel wasn't moving at all. So I peeked under here. I'm like, holy shit, that thing snapped. So let me tell you guys a quick story, right? So this morning at the dealership, I was looking up how to get this tie rod because they're trying to sell me a whole freaking rack. Isn't that so stupid? So if you're trying to go get an inner tie rod or even the outer, I believe, for a wide body Scat, Hellcat, Redeye, they will not sell it to you. They're trying to sell you the whole freaking rack. I'm like, I'm not doing that. That rack is like $2,500. So what I did was I did some research and I'm looking at this thing, man. I'm like, how is this thing different? Like, what's so different about this compared to the wide bodies and the slim bodies? So what I did was I just told them, listen, I have a 2019 Charger, not a wide body. Give me the inner tie rod off of it. So this is the inner tie rod off a slim body Hellcat 2019. I think even 2020 is the same. But here's the part number. So 6826-3724AB. It's the same one for left and right. I already opened one of the packages. There you go. 6724. And sorry if the videos are crappy because I'm not using my camera. I'm using my phone out here. It's like 11 p.m. and I'm trying to get this done because I have to get the car to the frame shop this week and shit keeps popping out. So if this works, if I take that tie rod off and this thing works like how it's supposed to, I hope, I'm gonna save you guys thousands of dollars, because if you run into the same issue and then you go to the dealership, you don't have to buy a whole rack. You could just give them this part number and they'll give you one of these bad boys and you throw it on and it'll work. So, man, I'm already tired. So I'm gonna take off this wheel. I got my jack over there somewhere. I'm gonna put a stand under there. We're gonna do this one first. I know there's a clamp on there that you'll have to cut off. So we'll snap that out. Pull the boot off, which I'll show you how to do. It's pretty easy. And then I have a tool. Under all this stuff. This box over here, see where it says inner tie rod installation tool? That one is just it's a big pipe with some adapters, and it fits on this thing over here. And then you can take it off. It's a tool to make your life easier. So let's get started. It's like 20 degrees out. I'm wearing like one hoodie. I'm freezing my ass, but I gotta get this done. And hopefully it works. And I'm not wasting my time, because if this doesn't work, then I'm really screwed and I have to go buy a whole rack. So I'm just crossing my fingers. If this thing works, these are I think these are 60 bucks a piece plus tax, so it's not terrible, but it's better than paying $2,500. All right, so here's how we're looking. Quite obvious. I just took the wheel off. There's your lug nuts, and now this is your inner tie rod, and this is your outer over here. The outer, I believe, is fine. I'm not gonna find that out till we go do alignment, but we'll deal with that in a bit. So you got to use some pliers. You're gonna take this clamp off over here, and then the inside one. Let me show you guys how that looks. See how? Let me zoom in. Thank God I'm using my iPhone. See that ring over there? So what you'll do is you can't reuse those. You'll just cut it off, and then you'll pull the whole boot your way. So you'll pull it this way. Hold on. You'll pull it towards you, and then inside of there, you'll see the spot where you got to put in your tool, so you can take that off. You know what? Let me show you guys how the tool looks. I think I bought this one from Sears. This was a long time ago. It's not like an everyday tool, but trust me, when you need it, it's clutch. Let me show you what this thing looks like. Like that. It's pretty simple. So these fit different cars. Where's my new tie rod? Whew, it's freezing. So I'm trying to do this one hand. So you see this? See these teeth over here? Or these grooves, what we call them? You'll match one up that fits this. That's too small. Maybe this one. Great, I probably don't even got the tool for it. You know what? Sometimes the one that's in here already works. So you can tighten up these screws. so I could put it through there, tighten up the screws to match these, and then I could take it off. I'm gonna deal with that in a second. Let me take off that boot, and then we'll see which one's gonna work. Bro, it's literally the same exact one. Look at that. I don't know if this freaking camera's focusing, but same threads, like same measurements, same everything. Even this pattern where the boot slides into, same exact style. Look at where it even snapped off. Look where the threads end. Same thing on the old one. It's the same exact one. I hope I didn't jinx it, but I'm gonna put the new one on now. I'm gonna tighten it down. My tool didn't work, unfortunately, so I used a vice grip. I put it on there pretty tight, took it off. It wasn't super tight on there, so came off easy. I'm gonna put the new one on, and then I'll take this tie rod off, the outer, and I hope it works. I mean, from the looks of it, look at it. There's nothing different about it. So here's the tie rod, the outer. Outer looks fine to me. Like I said, we're not gonna really know until we get it on the alignment. But look at it. I even took the broken piece off. It's the same exact thing. The final test is gonna be trying to screw it on and see what it does then. But what I learned this trick a long time ago when I used to work at the airport. So if you're replacing an inner or even an outer, it works the same thing. Count how many rotations you got coming off the factory nut. So this one, oops, I just spun it. When I took it off or when I unscrewed it, it was 20 rotations. So a rotation, of course, is one complete rotation is 1, and then you keep counting. So this one's 20. So I know when to reinstall it, although I'm gonna realign it when I'm done with it. It kind of, if you are not trying to realign your car, this will work every single time. And then your alignment will be perfectly straight if you're going off the factory spec of how many rotations there is. Like I said, I'm not really too concerned because I'm gonna get the whole car realigned because the rear alignment is screwed up. But if you're trying to save you some money, just count how many rotations there is when you're reinstalling it, and the alignment will be perfect. Bro, they try to hustle me for $2,500. It was the same thread, same everything, so it works. Look at it. Same exact part. And I redid that boot. It ain't moving anymore. And we're done. I'll throw this wheel back on. It's freaking cold. I don't know if I'm gonna do the other side today, but as long as it's drivable now, I can, turn the wheel. We should be all right. I'm gonna put the wheel back on. I'm gonna start it. I'm gonna move the wheel back and forth, make sure everything's good. And then I'll probably, of course, this is not gonna be the whole video, but when I record the next part, I'll do the other side and get that one out the way. It's like 12 degrees outside. It's freaking cold. All right, guys, it's the next day here. We're gonna start working on this cord support, but before I do that, I want to take this interior out. It's a lot easier to do it now. Get everything out the way. This seat has to come out regardless, so I got to replace a pre-tensioner, the one we bought, and then the driver's seat. We'll do that after we pick it up from the upholstery shop. So we're gonna take off the driver's seat or passenger seat, and then we're gonna take off, I don't want to hit that door. We'll take off these back seats, which are pretty easy. You got to take off this T50 bolt over here, or screw. And then you got 18mm nuts. You got one there, you got one there, and then when you fold the seat down, I'll show you how to do that. There's two underneath this panel, which just has to come out like that. See them right there? You know what? Since we're here, let's go look in this trunk. I never really went through the trunk ever since I got the car. Let's see if we find anything special in a way. We got some shirts. These things are wet because of the gap. I guess it was raining in here. What is this? Oh, look at that. It's a letter to Polo G, or a note by Splash Hype, whoever that is. A whole bunch of stuff in here. There's a whole lot of mail that he left. Going shopping. Nothing really too much. Oh, Dior envelope. Nothing in there. I gotta clean everything out of here because I'm gonna remove these inner carpets, because I'm pretty sure when they're trying to straighten this up, see how the trunk doesn't close because it's not lined up. You gotta hit it pretty hard. So when they're pulling the frame, all this should realign with the rest of the car, I hope. And see this gap over here? Once they fix everything, everything should be good. as well as this roof. I don't know if you guys seen this from the last video. This roof over here is kind of like pushed up, so they got to pull it down. Whatever the frame guy got to do, he knows what he's doing, and everything should line back up. But so we're gonna get the interior done, and then hopefully before it gets dark, we'll replace that core support, which shouldn't be too much time. I gotta set up my camera, and I got the flashlight back there, and we'll get that replaced. So let's start with the interior. I'll get the interior yanked out real quick. We'll take the carpet off, and then we'll do the core support. If we don't have time on the core support today, then I'll probably do it tomorrow morning before it goes to the frame shop around noon. So let's get started, see what we get done, and get this thing ready to go for tomorrow. So here's the passenger side seat, but change of plans, I will not be removing the back seats over here. And the reason for that is, yeah, let me sit down. This one over here is fine, but this one over here, give you guys some light. When they ran these lights for the star headliner, I don't know how they rigged it. Let me show you what I mean. So as you can see, I got to take off this bolt right there, but this bracket is going under the star headlights, which are these over here. So if I take off these two bolts, I got to take off this little harness that goes to the headliner, and I don't want to interfere with that and then have these lights stop working. See how it's hanging out right over here? So when I do the roof airbag, I gotta fix all that. So I'm gonna leave it alone. I don't think that's gonna be in the way when they're working, since they're gonna be working over here. If anything, they're just gonna have to cover this up so no sparks or anything hit it. But now I gotta take off the center console, which is pretty easy. I'll show you how to do that. So you gotta take off these two covers, and as you can see, it's already dark, so I gotta start using my flashlight. Gotta take off these two side pieces, this one and that one. You gotta pop off this tray over here. Take off the ashtray inside of there, and then there's 4 screws inside of there, and 2 inside of here, so 6 in total, and this whole thing should come off. And then once we get the carpet out, I'll reinstall it. Like I said, they can't start it if the center console is not installed, and then we'll get it done and start working on the core support. All right guys, it's the next morning here. This video took me like 3 days to do because it gets dark so fast. But last night I got the core support done. I put the screws back on for the fender, and there's one in here as well. So the only thing left we have to do when the car comes back from the frame shop, we got to do the front cradle. The car is drivable the way it is, so I don't have to worry about that. And then we got to do the rear toe link arm. Where'd I put that thing? Right over there. We got to get that done. I did get the other seat out, which is over there. I did replace the tensioner as well. This is the old one. See, this is what I mean when I say it deploys. So this is how it looks compared to what it's supposed to look like. I also did go buy the under panel shield that goes under the hood, the one that we broke. This was, I know I said it was like 120 bucks, but it was only like 80, so saved me a couple dollars on that. And then we have to get the tie rod replaced, the inner tie rod on the passenger side. But like I said, it's drivable the way it is. We have to get it to the frame shop today, and they're gonna remove the wrap. I already talked to them yesterday, so we're not gonna be doing that. Now I think this is a dent over here. I can see it better in the sunlight, as well as this one over here. So they're probably gonna have to take the wrap off, fix that with some filler, and then repaint it. Then we have to re-wrap it when it's done, as well as the quarter. So I want to keep the same theme, the tiger stripes, whatever that is. That way it'll be the original car after we're done rebuilding it. So what I did was, instead of using that seat right over there, I'm just gonna use a milk crate. Temporarily, and then the other seat is done at the upholstery shop, so we'll pick that one up and then reinstall the whole interior once the car comes back. But for now, let's get it out. The tow truck is on the way, and we'll take it. All right, so there's a tow truck, so you can just drive it right on. So that is it. She's dropped off to the frame shop. He said it'll be about a couple weeks till we get it back, and once we get it back, we'll finish up the interior, put the seat back in, put the carpet back in, and really that's it. She'll be ready for sale after that. So I commented, I left a comment on the last video. I really want to try like a giveaway type raffle thing on this car, and if that goes good, then I'll continue to do that. You know, I'll buy them, I'll rebuild them. I'll even probably do like Hellcat swaps and all that stuff. And then if it works, then we'll start giving them away. You know, you buy a ticket, and if you win, you win. So let me know what you guys think about that. Until then, we're gonna do some other content until this car gets done with at the frame shop. So if you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you back on the next one.